Hello, my name is Jessica Barnes, and I am completing a short YouTube presentation about my hurricane plan for a fictitious city. I'm going to start with my driver's license. I kind of taped some up to cover, but just so I can verify who I am. So first, a little bit about my city. The name of my city is Barbell, Florida. Of course, it is an inland city in Central Florida. The city is a fictitious city, so that means that it is, of course, not real. And the population is around 50,000. I created the point of this project was to create a proposal plan for a city manager. This is my first time doing something like this, so it was quite an experience. But the purpose of my plan was to establish a uniform set of procedures to aid the first responders in Barbell, Florida, and the essential staff. So when they're faced with adversity, but what we're focusing on here is hurricanes, that they will be able to successfully operate through the hurricane and enact some sort of recovery efforts that hopefully will be short-term recovery efforts, which is no more than about 14 days. So it's just a few elements that I want to go over that I felt was important with creating this hurricane plan. And first, it was to make sure all preparedness activities were first and foremost. I feel like mitigation, being prepared, I feel like that's very important for any city, any county, and overall just the United States, and creating like a very resilient community. So when it comes to my policy, that was like one of the first policies that I listed, all preparedness activities need to be completed prior to the start of the first day of hurricane season, which, as we know, it is June 1st. I also put, excuse me, I also put that I wanted all of the first responders and people that are on my incident command systems team, which is the ICS is what I decided to use for my disaster management, like planning. But I wanted them all to do NIMS, 100, 200, I believe I put 700 and 800 trainings, as well as FEMA trainings. That's something that I work for a local sheriff's department, so that's something that we have to complete as well. I did make sure to include the location of shelters, and I had that specific information. I put that will be broadcast by PIOs for the city, public information officers. I feel like a shelter location is sometimes information that everybody don't always get, so I wanted to make sure I put that in. And I also included in my phase 1 of the Barbell, Florida operations, I did highlight evacuation for those people who I would feel in my city would have to be evacuated, and that goes into people that are in like trailer parks, low-lying area, which is flood-prone areas, and I believe it was modular homes as well, considering those are something that it's kind of similar to trailers. Another thing I put, the city employees will remain on call during the some of them may be home, and they may not be considered essential employees, but I did have that some of them may be asked to come back to work and be on call as soon as the hurricane it has passed. I also, another thing I felt was important was the holding press conferences done by the director of the public information office. And that is basically to keep a constant flow of communication and to kind of eradicate any false information, because we all know that during hurricanes, any type of emergency, we have the tendency to get false information through social media. I stated that I will be doing an incident command system. One thing I added is that the incident command system, everybody that is involved, all the active parties, they must meet prior to the start of hurricane season. They must meet when hurricane season, and then of course they'll meet after. I just feel like it's very important to know who are the active parties on your recovery support team, all just the incident command team in general. Within my hurricane plan, I did do 5 phases of Barbell hurricane operations. I did a small, I did an initial damage assessment team. I thought that that was good. I made sure to put that all expenditures shall be properly documented, and that's going to go back to your FEMA funding. In order to get that funding, we need proper documentation, and I also put stipulations for like mutual aid, that if we do engage in a mutual aid, that our records must be kept, our financial records must be kept at least up to 3 years. One of the last things I included in my hurricane plan was like community outreach and just public awareness, and I feel like that is something that I've been in Seminole County for a long time, and that's not something that I have seen Seminole County do, host events speaking about hurricane preparedness or emergency preparedness as a whole. So that was something that I did include in my hurricane plan. Overall, I felt that although this was challenging, it gave me experience that I didn't know I needed. So I appreciate everything, and hopefully my hurricane plan is somewhat up to your standards. So thank you. Have a good day.